We're live again. Are we live again? Oh, sure. I guess we are. Um, it had a little flash thing on top that said we weren't live. So anyway, I guess we're live now. I really do, have a difficult time with my internet, and it's constantly stopping. So anyway, if it goes out, well, we'll just keep trying. Okay, so this is uh, the Catechism of the Catholic Church, and we're in section 31 through 35. We're going through this and reading it so that Adventists can actually know what Catholicism teaches, that they don't have to guess. They don't have to read Ellen White or Adventist books. They can actually go and find out exactly what we teach. And I'm starting with an overall, just with the introduction, so that because you really do need to not jump in the catechism just anywhere looking for certain things, because you need to get the overall broad 35,000 foot view of what Catholics believe and the way they process information and how they have been historically to be able to understand them. It is not like Protestantism. You can't use the same verbiage that they use and well, let me see. We do use the same verbiage, but we don't really mean the same things when we say it. Just like Adventism doesn't necessarily mean the same thing as Adventist verbiage of things like grace and faith and things like that and eternal and Sabbath uh, just don't mean the same things with other Christians and even Protestants. Okay, so I'm going to jump right in here, and we're talking about man's desire for God. Okay, 31. Created in God's image and called to know and love him. Okay, let me stop real quick. If you want to follow along, the Catechism of the Catholic Church is online. You can find them. It's very easy to find, and it's free. You can just pull it up while I'm reading this. We're going to be reading 31 through 35. Okay. Created in God's image and called to know and love him. The person who seeks God discovers certain ways of coming to know him. These are called proofs of the existence of God. Not in the sense of proofs in the natural sciences, but rather in the sense of converging and convicting arguments, which allow us to attain a certainty about the truth. These ways of approaching God from creation have a twofold point of departure: the physical world and the human person. 32. The world. Starting from movement, when God spoke, starting from movement, becoming contingency and the world's order and beauty, one can come to a knowledge of God as the origin and the end of the universe. As St. Paul says of the Gentiles, for what can be known about God is plain to them, because God has shown it to them. Ever since the creation of the world, his invisible nature, namely his eternal power and deity, has been clearly received in the things that have been made. As St. Augustine issues this challenge, question the beauty of the earth. Question the beauty of the sea. Question the beauty of the air distending and diffusing itself. Question the beauty of the sky. Question all these realities. All respond, see, we are beautiful. Their beauty is profession. These beauties are subject to change. Who made them, if not the beautiful one, who is not subject to change? 33. The human person. With his openness to truth and beauty, his sense of moral goodness, his freedom, and the voice of his conscience, with longings for the infinite and for happiness, man questions himself about God's existence. In all this, he discerns signs of his spiritual soul, the soul, which is the seed of eternity we bear in ourselves, irreducible to the merely material, can have its origin only in God. The world and man attest that they contain within themselves neither their first principle nor their final end, but rather that they participate in being itself, which alone is without origin or end. Thus, in different ways, men can come to know that there exists a reality which is the first cause and final end of all things, a reality that everyone calls God. 35. Man's faculties make him capable of coming to know of the existence of a personal God. But for man to be able to enter into real intimacy with him, God will both to reveal himself to man and give him the grace of being able to welcome this revelation of faith. The proof of God's existence, however, can predispose one to faith and help one see that faith is not opposed to reason. Okay, I want to make this one a little shorter than it was the one I just did. So God bless you, and God bless you as you discover the beautiful Catholic Church.